Kendall Dugan, and you're watching What the Hill Now.
Welcome back to WTH, and I'm glad to introduce my good friend and special guest, Kendall Dugan. How's it going?
Pretty good, really busy.
Yeah, I see that. So, for those who have, obviously you're pretty much known because you are an actor, but for those who have not known you, please introduce yourself.
Well, I'm Kendall Dugan. I'm a student here at UNCG. I'm a freshman. I'm a BA and drama major right now. That'll probably change sometime soon. I'm a working actor. Agents and all, it keeps me very, very busy.
So, what was your background like growing up?
Let's see. Growing up, I feel like, well, I'll start here. I'm from Winston. I'm from Winston-Salem, 40 minutes or so. I pretty much grew up with mostly my mom for the most part, who actually went here. Yeah, she's an alumni. She was an English major though. So, and my dad went to A&T right next door. Going back and forth between both my parents' houses and everything. I think even when I was a kid, I always knew that I wanted to be some kind of artist. I bounced around between what it was, actor, dancer, fashion designer,
Hard
singer.
to choose.
It was so much. Visual art, literally everything. I've done it. So, yeah, even when I was a kid, I always, was drawn to, artistic things, you know. And I mean, some people thought that was weird, and still do, which is fair, I guess. But yeah, I grew up switching from career to career, so I really didn't get deep into acting until my 4th grade Christmas play. And then I got more into it when I got to middle school.
So what made you, aside from, you just got into theater within your 4th grade play, but what made you want to develop a relationship with theater?
Well, I grew up with my stepdad as well, and he's an actor too, and I don't quite remember much about it when I was really, really younger, but I remember him doing auditions and stuff, and I would just be there, and I might watch it here and there. He'd tell us to be quiet or whatever, and I just remember watching it, and I remember I asked him one day, I was like, do you think I can do that? And he was like, do what? And I was like, that, what you just did. And he was like, well, I mean, yeah, if you want to do that, you can do that. And I think that's when I started taking more opportunities in theater and school and stuff. It was more difficult in middle school. My middle school didn't really have all that at all, really. I don't even think we had a theater class now that I think about it. So I did arts in other forms, but I started to develop a relationship with theater mostly in high school, when I got into the theater program and everything, and drama club and stuff, and I started doing professional auditions. When I really talked to my stepdad about it, he sat me down and was like, do you really want to do this? This is something that you're really interested in, you think you can be serious about it? And I was like, well, yeah. At the time, I was just talking, but I developed a real attachment to it. I don't know. So now we have the same agent and everything, and it's gone pretty well. And it was really good for me to start younger. Professionally, you have better luck that way for the most part. Then you have a little more time. So it's actually been working out pretty good.
So what was your, when you got into your first production, what was your experience like?
My first production, theater or?
On the cameras,
Ooh, on the camera. Let's see, my first production was, we filmed when I was around, I want to say I was about 16 or so, and I had been doing auditions at that point for about a year, maybe, if even, so my name wasn't really out there or anything. But I remember I was literally just like chilling at home one day, and my stepdad comes in. He's like, "Oh my God, guess what?" Because he got the email and everything. Because I wasn't really like in charge of like all my stuff at the time. And he showed me the email, and they wanted me for the role of like the younger version of Grace, the main character. And I was like, "Oh my God!" And I mean, of course, it was still like a non-union role, so it's not anything SAG, it's not anything huge, but still it's something.
Yeah.
You know. So I remember when it was still in North Carolina. I don't remember where, but I really enjoyed it. I was super nervous, so nervous that like when I get nervous, I like go over my lines over and over and over again. I was super nervous, and I actually ended up being the only person that did not mess up a line once.
Really?
Yes, that's how like nervous in particular I was about it. I didn't mess up any lines. Everybody was so kind to me, I swear. I was working with Karen Abercrombie, if you know who that is. Some people do, some people don't. She was in the movie War Room. She's so sweet. She's so sweet. And being there with her actually opened up more opportunities for me. You know, she said she'll keep me in mind for other things that she has. I think she was starting to work on a pilot like a couple months ago that she said she was going to keep me in mind for. So, you know, no matter like the role, like how big or how small, you know, it's like there's still an opportunity that can come out of it. And I think that's when I started to like realize it. But yeah, it was so fun. I loved it. Everybody was so sweet.
I bet. So how are you able to balance theater and work at the same time?
Let's see. Well, I'll start in high school. In high school, it got to the point where I used to work at a smoothie place, tropical smoothie back home, and when I got into like plays and stuff, my junior and senior year, because of rehearsal and stuff, sometimes, you know, I wouldn't be able to work for like a while. But I mean, I always felt like it was still worth it, you know, until acting actually became like my job. Then I was like, oh yeah, I do get paid for this.
Yeah.
You know, because it's not really, sometimes I forget that it's a job because I love it so much. So I'm just like, you know, like when I got paid recently, I was like, oh, right, this is a job. I get paid to do this. I get paid to do something I like. So it's always great to
That's
get
a
paid.
win-win.
Right. It's always great to get paid to do something that you actually enjoy doing. And as far as since, you know, I got to college and everything, it's been a serious balancing act, really, especially recently, having to pick and choose. Like I got cast in one of the shows here, but then like a little while later, a couple weeks later, then I get cast in a film, and I was like, crap. But you know, what would you choose? You know, getting your name out there like to the public, or you know, doing a school production? And I'm sure people have reasons for both, but you know, I chose what I chose. So, and like I said, because I knew that stuff like that comes with like other opportunities, you know, so it's been a serious balancing act for me, but it's not awful. So,
And speaking of doing the play here, which was the Skeleton Crew, which was we were both in, and we were both ensemble. What was that experience like in your first college play?
that was really fun. I always, ever since high school, even before I got like my first lead role or anything, ensemble has more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, ensemble has so much more fun in some aspects. In particular, what I really took from that production was Maya. Everything that she gave me, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, I'm like writing it down, even when she wasn't talking to me and she was talking to some of the other actors and giving them direction, you know. I'm like, you know, I might need that at some point. So I was just taking note of everything that she's saying, and I told her that. And I feel like with her, I really found somebody that I can connect with, you know. So, and she actually even ended up like vouching for me, and she encouraged me, her along with other people, encouraged me to go for the BFA program. So And I remember asking her about it, and I was like, do you think I can like do that? And even though I'm already here and I'm already a freshman, she said, I'm pretty sure you can. So she talked to Michael and everything, and now I've gotten in. So I mean, they can't like announce it formally yet, but and now I've gotten in, and I really think that she was a big part of that, you know. And I think going into like my audition, I got to use things that she said to us and all the other actors. And she said that she could tell that, you know, I was working on a lot of the technique that she gave us. So everything Maya said was very, very useful for me. And also really going into the play, not knowing anybody, not knowing who anybody is. I was excited to be casted, and then I was like, I don't know these people. I don't know these people, but I got to know them, and it's been really fun, you know, working with Monet and Kelvin, you know, and Riley, and I think that became my way of like making friends and talking to people and everything. So it was really fun. I had so much fun with that one.
Yeah, same here. Me also going for the same profession. Are you aware that, you know, once you go to Hollywood, there's lots of unusual and crazy, unsensible things in society that can be, you know, taken down through some deals. You could get robbed by the Oscars. Are you aware of those that, you know, it's not a walk in the park, that, you know, it's not a stepping stone?
Oh yeah, for sure. And that's part of the reason that, like, when I talk to people about this, you know, because my stepdad always reminds me, you're gonna have to leave North Carolina at some point, you know, and I mean, that's the goal. That's the overall goal. Of course, every actor's dream is to move to California, you know, and become a big star or something. But it's not like a direct step. Like, you can't just move from your hometown straight to wherever on the West Coast, you know, unless, you know, something huge happens for you. Like, if I had, like, I don't know, like 2 big Netflix shows that I was in or something, then that might be cause to do so. But otherwise, you know, it's not a thing where you like just like step into that. It's a lot more than that. It's a lot more steps to that. And then when you do that, then, you know, you run into a lot of problems like that, you know. So I think there's a lot of smaller steps that you have to take before even getting there. And I don't think a lot of other people who aren't actors or artists in general really understand, you know, the things you have to go through to get there, and, you know, the scrutiny and all the issues that come with it, you know, not being appreciated for your work, you know. And I think people always talk about, you know, this struggling artist thing, and I mean, it is real in some sense. I don't think it's like real to the extent that people think, but it's a thing, unfortunately. You know, even I think it's still present even when people do get big and famous. There's still a bunch of steps that you have to go through, and it's no walk in the park at all.
And speaking of unappreciated circumstances, you know, we just ended February with Black History Month, and so far you are, you know, without a doubt, you are also becoming one of the people, you know, who can stand up as a Black person and be in the cameras, you know, going down the road to being in success and being a legend. What was your reaction on it?
Ooh, I've actually been thinking about that a lot lately, pertaining to myself. You know, I don't know if you've heard or read about it somewhere. They're actually doing a CW show.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, about a Black teenage girl who finds out that she has powers. You know, and I got an audition for that. And in reading it, I was so excited, but then I was like, if I did get that, you know, that means I have to be a role model. That means, you know, I'm representing these people. I'm representing women. I'm representing teenagers. I'm representing the Black community, you know, and I think it comes with so much. And it's not necessarily a burden. I don't want to call it that, but it's just a lot to think about, you know, representing things in the right way and all like the little technicalities and stuff. So I remember thinking about it. I was like, yeah, I want this really bad, but I still kept in mind, everything that comes with it, just to you have to mentally prepare yourself for something like that.
Now get this. If you were, yeah, like I said, being in Hollywood, which actor or legend or actress do you really want to collaborate in the future?
Oh, man. I think a lot of people that know me know my number one, not just as an actor, but as a celebrity, as a person, as a human being, Zendaya. I love her. I love her so much. And I feel like I've like grown up with her. I've been watching her since I was a kid. And she's like one of my biggest role models. So, and I think we have a lot in common, actually. So, and a lot of the roles, I remember being asked, like, what role do you, like, see yourself playing? And a lot of the roles that I think of are stuff that she's played. I love her. I love her so much. And I feel like there's so much that I could learn from her. And it's just still amazing to me because she's so young. She's only 24. And I feel like seeing people like her, it reminds me, that it's like I have time, It's like and it really shows how starting earlier can really help you. Other than that, let's see. Of course, God forbid, I would love to work with Viola Davis. I would love to. If I ever get on that level, I would love to work with Viola Davis. Do I even need to explain? Like, she's top tier. Honestly, top tier. Really, there's a lot of people in the CAA agency, literally one of the biggest agencies in the country, that I would really, really love to work with. Literally, pick any of them. Any of them. Any of them. Really, that's another goal for me, eventually, hopefully, being a part of CAA in general, I think that really opens a lot of doors to work with a lot of different people, so.
Alrighty. Many people have tried to pass the final question. Many people have failed. Are you ready?
I don't know. Oh, God. Shoot.
It's time. It's time. It's time to brag about yourself. Who is Kendall Dugan? Who is that type of role model that, people can look up to?
Oh, God. I feel like I've always kind of seen myself as relatable, and I think I've gotten that from quite a few people. I think that's a very big thing for me, when you bring that relatability to a role. It makes it so much more real, and I think a lot of the circumstances that I've dealt with, things I'm dealing with, everything I'm going through right now, I think that being more, I'm usually a pretty open book for the most part. Being more open about it, I really think will really help, because say I did get like this huge fan base one day, I want it to be because I was honest, not because I was fake or any of that, I want it to be because I was real with people and I was open about, who I am, really. I've been told that I am just proof that things take time, really. I didn't get to be like this overnight at all. At all. I didn't become this good actor overnight. It was not easy. It took a lot of studying. I wasn't given my agents. I had to earn the agents, the wonderful people they are. I had to earn that, and I feel like I've earned a lot of the things that I have. So I really just think my big thing is, if you really, really love it, you will work for it, and I feel like that's what I've done. And I feel like, that's really gotten me to where I'm at right now. So, yeah, it just all goes back to that relatability, when people see something and they're like, oh yeah, same, I feel like that really resonates with people. Like again, with Zendaya, that's my really big thing with her. She's relatable in everything that she does because she's so honest about it. And I take that from her, and I'm like, you know, that's what I want to do. I want to be an honest, not just an actor, but whether it's, you know, being an actor, a celebrity, a person, regardless, you know, I want to be honest. That way people can look at me and they're like, yeah, I like that, and it's actually me. So.
Wow, what a way. That was the best you could. You
tried.
passed. All right, thank you so much for taking your time. Do you have anything to say to the viewers who also want to go to the acting world?
Well, it takes, like I said, it takes time, hard work. If you really love it, believe me, you'll do it. You'll find a way. You'll find a way. I've been told, you know, Kendall finds a way. You have to find a way if that's really truly what you want to do. Also, like, I hate when people tell me, like, you know, I tell them my major and they're like, oh yeah, what's your backup? Or, you know, yeah, that's a good minor, and that's not what I said. You know, don't let people do that to you. Please don't let people make you think that acting's not a real job and that it's unattainable. It's not as unattainable as most people think that it is, because if it was, I would not be doing this, believe me. You know, I feel like for me being only, I'm not even 19 yet, and for me being, you know, I have agents, I'm SAG eligible and everything, and people know my name. You can look me up now. I think that's, you know, I don't want to say I have something to prove, but I have something to show for what I've done, you know. And even if you feel like you don't right now, you can still create something, you know. There's still always a way to work on it. There's always a way to start somewhere. So that would definitely be my advice. And just, like I said, be open, be honest. Don't rush it at all. Don't rush it. And also don't wait. Don't wait. I try not to, you know, sit and wait for auditions and wait for roles, you know. I still go out there and look, you know. And you don't need an agent for everything. There are still some things that, you know, like Backstage, that's a big resource. That's real. People say it's a scam, but it's not. Backstage, that's a real, true resource that you can look at. Even you can find stuff on like IMDb and IMDb Pro too, you know. So still go out there and look for roles. And if you're in school, whether you're in school for it or not, you know, still look for experience, look for knowledge from other actors or you know, professors and everything. Like, that's what I've done with Maya, you know. Learn from other people. Learn from, for the most part for me, it's been learning from experience. It's really been the name of the game. So, but yeah, you gotta start somewhere. You gotta start somewhere.
Wow, that's great. That's really, really good. That's a lock.
Thank you.
Start somewhere, and now we're gonna end it somewhere. Thank you for joining us. Best of luck.
Thank you for having me, really.
Yeah, of course.
Mm-hmm.
See you all next time.